Hey guys, and welcome to a Pretty Little Podcast. I am Allie Violet Vixen Commissaro, and
I'm Jessie, and we're here again for another week, and we're so excited that everybody's here to join us.
so in a Pretty Little Podcast fashion, I've got my intro. Embracing a mysterious allure, strange cultures performances transport audiences to a world of sonic marvels where the stage becomes a portal of realms unseen, with a live show that is visually captivating as it is sonically mesmerizing. The band's electrifying presence leaves spectators spellbound, their souls forever altered by the enchanted magic that luminates from the stage. Please welcome our friends from Strange Culture.
Hi, guys.
I had to give you guys your intro.
We appreciate it.
So, do you want to go through and kind of introduce yourselves?
Go ahead, G. I'm Garrett. I play guitar for the band.
I'm Nick. I'm the front man of the band.
I'm Noah. I play drums.
I'm Mason. I play bass.
Okay, so let's jump right in. How did the band come together?
Me and Noah met in third grade, and I asked him if he wanted to form a band, and we pretty much went the whole time throughout elementary, middle, and high school. But I also played sports, and he had other band stuff with school band and stuff. But we got more serious after high school.
So, what's the story behind the name Strange Culture?
We had a ton of different names. It started with chewing paint chips.
I love that.
And,
That's hilarious.
and then it was Voltage, and then it was Live a Little, and then it was Deep Creek. And then one day we all hated the names, so we just made a list of a bunch of different names, and we took votes on them, and Strange Culture won.
So, let's talk about DW Presents. You submitted which song?
Once Before.
Was before.
Once Before. They loved your name, and honestly, the little bit of feedback, I mean, you guys were mentioned twice on the show. That's a huge accomplishment. Are you guys planning on submitting another song?
We'd love to. We'd like to get better mixes to present to them, because right off the bat, when they started playing a sample of our music, our mix was so much quieter and didn't have as much impact as the other bands. So it wasn't as good as it could be for how good the songs are.
Are you actively looking for someone to come in and kind of do some of your mixing?
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to find someone that could do it like real cheap. I have a little bit of experience doing like demos and stuff, so we might end up recording a lot at my house and then send it off to get mastered.
Because I mean, like, I've been to how many of your shows, and like your performances live, like, Nick, you literally play into my camera. Like, my wife loves you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Nick
So
has
are you still going with us to Disturbed?
What was that?
Are you still going with us to Disturbed?
I would love to. I just forget the date.
I'll have to get it off my calendar because I'm blanking at the second.
I've seen Disturbed twice in my life. Once in Ohio.
I'll fill Jessie in so she doesn't know what happened.
I need to know.
So when I first saw them perform, they performed Disturbed, and literally my whole group like turned around, and even Jackson, he's like, wow, like we all, like, our mouths were just dropped and everybody just kind of like stopped and all eyes on them. So at their last performance, we said to him, listen, you sing that song and you're going to Disturbed with us.
Yeah. I love that.
Yes, you have to come to one of their shows. They're so good. So good.
You're the lookalike singer anyway, Nick.
Yeah, you're right. Oh, wow. I
You guys
remember.
are just so fun. Like, you really interact with the audience, which I love. You're supportive of the other bands when you do like your Future Star shows and just everything. And let's hop into the Battle of the Bands.
Okay.
That's coming up. That's your next thing, isn't it?
Yes,
Yep.
yes, it is.
This coming Saturday. at
So
6
tell viewers a little bit about that. Because the Grimjacks are in that with you, right?
Yeah.
Like, now, how many bands do you know of that are competing?
We know Refrigerator. We know Grimjacks. Hypnotizer. We've actually played shows with them. I think they're going to be new to the whole Future Stars thing. I think they'll get into that. Who else do we know?
I think
I think that's it. Yeah.
We don't know Ven's Song or the 424 at all.
Okay, now where is the location? Is it online or?
Well, there is an in-person location. It's in. If you look on the actual advertisement for it, it does show an address. But it's one thing that I can tell you right now is that it's in Norristown. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's at like a church.
It's at the Holy Savior Club in Norristown.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah. Should be cool.
So, is this your first Battle of the Bands, or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Oh, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, it'll be
You
cool.
have everybody rallied, ready to come out and support.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's not like we haven't done shows with like multiple bands before. Honestly, I don't know about these guys, but I just see it as one of the other shows where it's like multiple bands getting together, performing what they have as far as originals and even covers if they choose, and just having fun.
Oh, definitely.
That's what I see. It's just lots and lots of fun. Like whenever we perform at places like Sweeney's or Dobbs or other venues that require like more than one group,
Mhm.
it's just to like show what you've written yourself. It's also just it's good to see other people's creativity. You know what I mean?
I love the support that you guys have with each other. Like, even you and Milo Sky and you and the Grimjacks, and like, you guys all like really support each other.
Well, we've played shows outside of Future Star shows that had like a longer lineup of bands, and we always thought it was weird when you're playing on like a long lineup of bands when bands don't stick around to see all the bands. Even if we're the last band playing, we get there first. You know, we have to see all the other bands and talk to them, and it's good to coordinate with them, see where they're playing, see where like.
And can we just address the fact that the last like 2 shows that I've been to or more, you've literally had an encore to keep singing? Like, that's gotta feel great.
It does. It does feel great. Actually, I remember at one of those venues when Grimjacks, goofballs that they are, they literally started a pit in this small area in this bar. And that's the thing that I love. It's just like people just having fun. I don't know. Like, I'm not judging people who just sit back with their arms crossed just to relax. But when you interact with the song, when you interact with us performing, it's very uplifting. It really, I don't know about these guys, but it really makes me happy.
I love that you're all really like active too. Like, at any point, you can literally focus on any of you and you are just like doing your thing. Like, I have pictures of Noah where you are like mid scream and honestly, like, total rock star status.
That's Belly.
I feel like a lot of the pictures just look like my head's up, just like with my neck extended.
yeah, usually.
That freeze frame is so popular. Just
It looks like a volcano.
So, how long have you officially been a band?
Nick's the newest member. He came in like 2 years ago, I think, right?
It was Cinco de Mayo of 2021, and I remember it was so funny how I joined too, because I was in a completely different place than what I am right now. Like, I was in a relationship at the time. Hell, I was even getting engaged. What the hell was I thinking?
Oh wow.
Yeah. And that's a whole different story. But anyway, one day I remember, like, me and my ex were talking about this old Bandmix account that I have, where, like, you know, other musicians and bands like interact with each other. It's like, hey, you want to join up with me? Yeah, sure. I'm like, I'll look at that just for shits and giggles. And I look at a message from a guy named Garrett from a group called Deep Creek, and I guess that's what they had on their Bandmix account before they changed it 7 million times in the process. But at first I looked at this and I'm just like, this is a scam. I'm going to get mugged, aren't I?
Nick's whole family said that we were going to jump him.
I thought they were.
We
And
should
then-
have. We should have.
We definitely
We still
should.
can.
And so what did I do? We literally met up at a Red Robin, and I'm like, you know what?
Way to go. That's the
Oh,
way
yeah.
to go. You get like the endless fries. Like, that's the way to go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But when I pulled up, I'm just like, okay, they're gonna be here at any minute. Let me see how weird I can get, just to like weird these people away, just in case they're as sketchy as they seem. And the second we literally interacted with each other, it was like we already knew each other. It was, I don't know, it was just something that clicked.
One weirdo knows another weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Like, that's definitely how Jesse and I were.
Oh,
Like,
absolutely.
yeah, I
Just
I
click.
loved her weirdness.
We made him sing in the parking lot too to prove that he had like balls to sing.
Oh hell yeah.
I auditioned in the
What
parking
song
lot.
did you
So
sing?
what song did you audition with?
It was it was so random. It was Falling Down by Atreyu.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Nice.
wow.
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some strange reason, they before I even performed, I performed after we ate, by the way. So they're just chilling out with some dude who they're just thinking, this guy sucks.
He's serious, Jesse. Like, before shows, Nick is like literally prepping. Like,
Oh,
he
yeah.
is serious.
Oh yeah. I have a whole like set of rules that I have whenever I perform. Like, for example,
We
none of
gotta
it-
hear, what are the rituals and
We
routines?
need
The whole
to
band.
know.
Do you all have rituals and routines before the show, or is
You
that
worthy
just
of
Nick?
knowing, my friend. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm so sorry. Anyway, well, first thing is, I don't drink a lot of coffee before I perform, and if I do, I drink a lot of water, so it can flush out of your system.
You
And
get all that energy from drinking water.
oh yeah,
Wow.
oh yeah. Even like I remember this one going, dude, you're not gonna be comfortable on stage just drinking water. I'm like, how do you know? And then he's
Yeah,
like,
I live off a Rockstar energy drink.
these guys get coffees every day. I just drink a tea
Yeah.
because I'm just like that.
We're big time on coffee.
I'm a coffee girly.
Oh yeah.
I gotta have my half a pot in the morning. Keeps me
Now,
going.
Noah, you're screaming too. Like, do you have to prep your voice beforehand?
I think the coffee helps. I'll drink like 4 coffees before a show.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very, very true.
Garrett, Mason, do you guys have any like rituals before going on?
No, I drink a good bit of beer though. Just like loosens me up a little bit. And then like I'll hold my guitar. Once I pick up my guitar, I don't put it down before I go on stage. It's just like bad juju to me. I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
You, Mace?
Yeah, I'll have a beer.
He drinks one beer.
Oh yeah.
A lot of rock stars. That's how they.
Yeah.
That's how they do it. So since you guys have done covers, you guys are more doing the originals. But I have to ask first, what's your favorite cover song to perform?
It's probably different. For
Oh
each
yeah,
of us.
that's oh wow. There's
Our closer is always Killing in the Name, and people go crazy over that. They all know it's coming because we mess stuff up, like we tear it apart, like it's crazy. But I like playing. I like playing Deftones. I like playing my own summer.
You guys definitely like when I was listening to you guys, I was like, damn, it has that like 90s, early 2000s that's coming back so hard. Like, and I was like just vibing with it. I was like,
That
has-
Y2K rock
yeah,
and roll. Like,
definitely.
there's
Thank you.
well, yeah, and as much as we appreciate that, our influences come from that sort of era.
Yeah.
1990s, early 2000s. Like, we're in.
What are some of your influences?
You guys sound like a lost gem, like something that you would have like skipped over and then refound. Like that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a lost gem of that time.
Yeah.
That's
really cool.
yeah, that's a first. I'm gonna take that. But no, our influences are groups like Alice in Chains, System of a Down, like he said, Deftones,
Corn.
Korn. One of my favorite bands of all time is Tool. Judge if you want. But I don't know. And that's honestly what makes our sound really, really cool to us, because it's a little mix of everything. It's a little mix of every single influence, and we're 4 different people. We have different tastes. We have different views on music, and honestly, and my opinion on that since day one has been, if it's a good mix of different influences and a good mix of different personalities, it's going to go well. But it can either go well or it can clash. And it can...
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to find a balance. Me and Noah's more on the deathcore side of things, and I love deathcore, and I have respect for that. I like progressive metal, but
I can definitely hear that with like the down tunes,
Yeah.
like in the chugs.
Yeah, we're into that stuff. But Noah also has like the best ear for melodies.
Oh,
and
it's amazing.
harmonies, like clean, pretty harmonies and melodies, which is so sick because we're both very much into System, how they have like really tight harmonies, and yeah, it works out really well. I'm also like a big Chili Peppers fan, like a huge Chili Peppers fan, so it's like I feel like a lot of metal bands, they don't focus enough on the melodies.
Yeah.
And I think it's coming back around more with like kind of like new metal style stuff coming back around, but I think we do it pretty well. Like a good balance.
So as far as your originals, what's your favorite original to play?
Signs of Life. Signs of Life is sick. That's not out yet, but that's
Something to look forward to.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's definitely going to be
Do you have any idea of when it will be released?
Maybe we can do it
I
next.
love how they all look at each other.
I don't know. Like we're weird about order because we have like a lot of songs that we have done
yeah.
and like have worked on recordings of, but like we don't know which song. Kind of try to do like a heavier song, then a lighter song, then a heavier, because it is a balance, and we want to keep the crowd happy. If we don't like it, it doesn't go.
I mean, you guys play a lot, so I mean, like, do you have a certain time that you're setting aside to get in the studio and kind of put that time in?
Honestly, that's really difficult. Like a few weekends out of the month, even one most of the time, because not only do we enjoy doing this and we do this, but we also work 9 to 5. We work like regular.
Mhm.
Doing that on top of this, it really takes away your free time, but at the same time, there's something better at the end of it. So it's not like any of us are like thinking that we're too busy or thinking that we're like,
There's lots of time restraints.
oh yeah,
Like me me and Noah are both, we have girlfriends, and like that takes up time. But we practice 3 days a week.
I was gonna
Oh,
say, how do you
wow.
balance your like
Yeah,
regular life with your music career?
it's sick.
That's dedicated. I know most people I know don't even practice once a week. It's like you got to practice. So that's really admirable.
Yeah, I mean, we have to. If we didn't
Yeah.
have to, we wouldn't. But when we play cover gigs, we play like 45 songs a night.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Making sure all those are tight and playing them consecutively, along with setting aside time to write, and yeah, it's hard because it's a totally different headspace too. Like if you're learning a song,
yeah.
it's whatever, and then you bring it to practice and you rehearse it, and it's cool. But to like get into your emotions, to sit down and like bounce ideas off each other and like give and take, that's a lot harder. So we have to.
So, what is kind of your songwriting process like?
It's different for almost every single song that we have. Like a lot of the
Do you guys come together and kind of write it together and work on your parts together, or do you guys kind of do your own pieces and put it?
Sometimes
a little bit of both.
Yeah, sometimes like Noah will really inspire me with something he's thinking. I kind of have to have like a stash of like riffs that are set aside to bring to practice. So if we're writing in whatever key, I kind of have a couple riffs that I have just set aside to go to. A lot of the best riffs and best parts that we've written together have not came out yet. So it's difficult.
Yeah. And
So, what are a couple that we can look forward to seeing in the future?
I'll Take You High is going to come out. All Alone is going to come out.
wrong. Signs of Life.
Signs of Life. We changed the name. We changed names of songs, and we rewrite the same song like 15 times before it comes out.
Oh my God! Like even because we have one song on Spotify and Apple Music called "Suffering," and we wrote that like how many times? Like 20 times.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
love that song.
Me and Noah wrote that song with 3 different vocalists. We've been through like 8 vocalists.
I was the golden boy.
He's been around the longest. We've always had problems with vocalists.
Wait, I didn't know that.
Yeah, pretty much.
As,
our
as
last
of
one
now,
was-
yeah.
Our last
The
one.
band lore.
You guys work so well together. I mean, seriously, like your stage presence is just amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I've been to how many shows, and seriously, like, I mean, the crowds are just insane. You should have seen Dobbs the one day. It was literally going out like the door, out onto the street.
That's amazing.
I was like, this is
I'm so sorry. Something
A
happened.
picture just swung off the wall
I was-
back and forth out of nowhere.
I am
Jesse,
so
there
sorry.
might be a ghost.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Dude.
thinking.
That's
Jesse's like, Jesse's all about ghosts.
I am.
A
I
picture,
am. I'm
a picture
terrified
just
of 'em.
moved on the wall by itself. There's no
Oh,
fan on.
good.
Time to start saging.
Oh no.
That's weird because a week ago, a light just fell off the wall too. And just like,
I remember that.
Team Sussy.
Weird.
Oh my
Were you
God.
performing or you were just sitting there?
I was just sitting, I was at my house. I was just sitting there.
You guys need to have a band Ghost Adventures. Just get the flashlights and be like, are there any presences here?
Yeah. Noah's old house was haunted.
Yeah, our
Really?
area in general is like just
Really weird.
it
There's
can be
always-
like
yeah.
really creepy. Like there's so many like gloomy places that you can like just explore.
Well, actually, I mean, believe it or not, and I know this is going to be like so weird and so out of the blue,
Then don't say it.
but there's no.
No, say it.
So there's this one room that I kind of like lock myself into at my house, which gets really, really, really creepy at night because it's literally just 2 windows are my only light source in that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it gets, like I said, it gets really creepy, but I always feel like in this room that I lock myself in is where I just like write. I just write. Lyrics.
Okay.
and I just
There needs to be a flash in a music video of that. Definitely.
maybe. I brought him to see it one time because he was picking up something from my house, and he just looks through and he goes, "This is so. Why do you do this?" Like it looks really creepy.
The isolation helps a little bit. I think if you like force yourself to like sit down and do something, that's like
Yeah.
when you can really get into a creative space.
Absolutely, and actually, that happened with one of the songs that we have out now. It's called "Cooperation," and that song is about something that personally happened in my life that
Mhm.
really affected me. Nowadays, I'm like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But that song, not only relating it to my problem, but relating it to any other problem that's very similar to that, is the song's called "Cooperation," and like I said before, like that's all like that whole problem based off what that song is about. That's all I
Yeah.
can focus on. And so they already wrote a song called "Cooperation" even before that. So I guess I just like took that name and related it to the subject that was going through my head at the time, and I'm like, it's all right. I'll still show it to the guys, and I show it to Noah, and he's like, "It's your best work yet, dude." And that's how that whole song. Actually, now that I think about it, that was like after Suffering. That was the one song that we had almost completely finished, right? Yeah. And
Can we
people love
speak
that song.
also about the creative art on the shirts? Like, your merch is fun. Yes, is that going to be the cover for the album?
Yes.
That the colored one, the one with the upside down tree and the explosion. Yeah, that's the album cover.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Like, did one of you come up with that, or?
No, we always had the tree idea. I think one thing that we all relate to in the band a lot is like nature. Like we're all very outdoorsy and like kind of oriented around that. We're not very modern people, to be completely honest. We're not very good at like social media.
We are the
That
furthest
stuff.
thing.
We try. We have to learn from other
You
bands.
guys are getting really good with social media. I have to say, you guys have really stepped it up.
It was hard to figure out how to use a podcast thing. Honestly, like,
Oh, yeah.
we're so bad at it.
Oh my! We literally thought it was like just easy, just like log on and go. But there's like a lot of stuff that we kind of set up just so we can sound all right. And look
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
And I went to college for media production, so I should have been good at that. And he's like, I remember we were trying to set up the audio software for a song, and it was like a software I'm not familiar with at all. And he's getting annoyed. He's like, move the fuck out of the way.
I can do the recording thing. I can't do anything else technically.
Well, you guys seem like you guys are like really creative, and I mean, even with the songs, like each song sounds completely different, but you can tell it's a Strange Culture song, and I love that.
Yeah, we've been discussing like different ways of writing too. So many like different inspirations and influences. So it's kind of cool to think about like how else we can write a song, because ultimately like it's all about the melody. I'll write songs on acoustic guitar and bring them to practice, you know. But we're a metal band, and we make it work. Noah is just so good at coming up with melodies and coming up with different harmonies. I'm more like into lyrics and guitar stuff, but he has great rhythms. We bounce back, and Mason's always there to tell us if it sounds horrible. And he might be quiet usually, but he doesn't bite his tongue on that. He'll say it's absolutely horrible, and we should learn a new instrument. It's so horrible at all.
All right,
Like a lot of shows. Can you give us one or two like memorable moments from shows that stick out to you?
Definitely last weekend,
Last weekend,
or 2 weekends ago, at the PC Pub with your guitar string.
Oh yeah.
I changed my strings, and I always change my strings like a day or two before to let them like
Okay.
touch and like intonate with the bridge a little bit better. And we're doing sound check, and I
Think.
I hit a chord, and I heard like one string go out of tune, and I'm like, huh. I go to tune it, and it breaks right before. Like we're like going on in 3 minutes. I'm like, oh my god.
I was so bad.
Now, did you have your sound guy or did you have PC Pub sound
We
guy?
had PC Pup. We had a
PC
different sound guy.
Pubs. Yeah, usually our sound guy is Dylan. He plays with a band called Hatter. They're more like soft rock.
Shout out to Dylan.
Yeah, he was legit.
Yeah, he's into it.
He gets really into it too. Like he enjoys
Yeah,
what he hears,
yeah.
which is great. It's not just like some dude just like not enjoying himself. He's just like straight faced the whole time. Just
I prefer when we have Dylan just because like
Yeah.
he knows where to turn certain things up and down to make the mix great because he's seen the show now. He knows like an original bass show. He knows a cover show. So he knows all the key spots to turn up my mic or Nick's mic or turn us down or piano.
he also knows us.
Piano's coming in, so he turns it up.
Yeah.
You know?
He also knows us. Like he knows.
Yeah.
Personally, I am a very loud speaker at times.
No, really?
So he knows exactly like what to set it at, just so I'm not screaming in everyone's ear.
So many compressors on his voice because he's just so dynamic that like he'll just blow speakers. He's crazy loud.
Now, are you guys going to be playing up at PC Pub or was that just.
We play there
Almost every month.
It was every month. For the summer months, they don't book as many bands, but that place is nice because it's a good paycheck, and we were putting
The
them all.
food is so delicious.
Oh, I know. Oh my
Menu is
god.
I love the pizza.
Yeah, the pizza's great.
Yeah.
I got everything I've ever had there has been good.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, no. PC Pub is a great. I remember we were still trying to get into the PC Pub, and we were like
Yeah.
waiting, and we waited until like February of last year, and we didn't get in until like fall of last year.
yeah. Like we play a lot of dive bars, and we
Mhm.
know people that bartend at multiple places, and they like us, so they'll be like, "Hey, I can get you in at this place," and that's how we got into PC Pub.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, can we talk about this Christmas in July?
Yeah.
They're doing a Christmas in
Yes.
July, Jesse.
That's
Like, how fun is
amazing.
that?
Christmas in July festival.
There's
I'll
a
drink to that.
there's a catch to it.
Okay, let me hear
What's
it.
the catch?
Okay, the guy who runs it, it's at his house. He always went to parties, and he's turning 40 for Christmas.
Okay.
And his name is Chris Smith. So it's Chris Smith in July, but Christmas in July themed.
Okay.
We're dorks.
Nice.
Punny.
Yeah, it's great. But yeah, we're having a lot of bands that you guys have probably seen. You know, we're having Grim Jacks and Device and Hypnotizers.
Milo
going,
Sky.
Milo Sky.
Hatter. Dylan's band.
Dylan's band.
Yeah, Milo Sky will be on the show coming
Condor.
up.
Condor. Yeah.
Condor. I think they're out of Reading.
But and it's really, really cool because we're really, really cool with those bands because of how many shows we've done with them in the past.
Yeah.
It's a free show. It's just like BYOB.
Yeah.
Should be cool. We're bringing the sound system. We got a couple like big subwoofers, and because when you saw us at the Raven's Nest, that's all.
I
Our,
notice a lot of people when you do the shows with more than a couple bands, like a lot of people use the Strange Culture drum.
Well, Elena and me, like we have like a deal worked out. Like if we play Sweeney's, I bring drums
Okay.
rather than her renting drums. So it's like it's kind of a
Shout
win-win.
out to Elena Brokus.
Yeah, she's awesome.
yeah, she's great.
playing
we
the
love
shows.
we love working with her.
She's very easy to work with.
She's very like fun to work with too.
Yeah,
Like
she's brutally honest too. I've seen her pull the plug on bands.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, and the first time it happened, we felt so bad because everyone else wanted us to play like one more song,
Yeah.
and
You always have to ask the band after.
yeah,
Is it cool?
and I feel so bad, but at the same time I don't because I really
Who's gonna say no to those crowds?
Yeah. Well, like, yeah. And
yeah.
and we want to see the next band just as much as we want to play the next song.
Yeah.
Like, all right.
Well, the one
Does she know that now? Like, does she kind of like plan that you're gonna have that extra song? Like, you guys also like, do you guys like kind of assume that you're gonna have that extra song now?
Never.
No.
We usually confer on stage and we're like,
shit. What do we play?
yeah.
It's so unprofessional the way that we do it. We
Yeah.
literally, I'm just like, hey, can we play one more song? All right, cool, thank you.
It's safe to assume at Sweeney's, you're definitely going to have an encore for a song.
Sweeney's is a really, really cool place to play too because of we've met so many bands there and we've worked with so many bands there. Like Ryan from Milo Sky is a really, really good friend of mine. And not only that, it's fun to play with other bands and get to know their style and get to know them as people. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of we've worked with like some bands who are just like to themselves and like they like care about themselves on stage and they're like their ego is so high that it's getting the best of them.
Yeah.
Whenever we play Sweeney's or Dobbs, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's really welcoming.
They're like your own bars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we have encountered a lot of bands that were just not cool at all.
Not to
Yeah.
mention Dobbs. Like, I actually heard that Dobbs is closing.
I saw that today. Yeah,
Wait,
I did see that
I didn't
today.
see that.
Yep.
That's
Yeah,
Big, bro.
they announced
No, but I didn't
that.
think it was
They
actually
posted-
closing.
They posted today.
Mhm.
Closing.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
It-
what?
That's horrible.
Now we're gonna
Yeah.
have to go all the way there just for the pizza slice across the street.
Lorenzo's.
Lorenzo's.
Not
They
only
just like
that,
the
that's
pizza.
that's a very famous venue.
Yeah.
I know.
Would Nirvana play there in the 90s or something?
Nirvana-
I was like
Nirvana
shocked
played
when
there,
I.
Tool played there, Rage Against the Machine played
Yeah.
there. Yeah, a lot of different
Yeah.
acts.
Yeah, like the news just came out. I mean,
Yeah, it was today. I saw it
I didn't
saw
see
it
it.
about noon today.
I only got to read the headline. Did you read more about it?
It was something to do with legal stuff from the past owner, I think, when I read into it. And they didn't go into much. They just said that it was just leftover stuff from the last guy, and I think that they didn't want to deal with it. And
Changed owners so many times.
yeah,
You know, it's hard to keep a business afloat if you're just like incurring whatever was going on before.
yeah, and then it's dragging the last guy, and they just need, they
I
deserve.
just
a
really
clean
wanted to
slate.
believe that they were gonna buy the place
I
next
really
door and make it a
thought-
bigger
I
venue.
really thought
They
that.
told us.
Yeah,
So they told us that they were doing. Yeah, it's a real shame.
that's really surprising.
There's not many places to play, and like that's a big one.
hmm There's not a lot of independent venues in Philadelphia anymore.
Yeah, it's really, really difficult to find
Yeah,
a lot of them.
a lot of places want cover bands though, or they want like acoustic acts. It's just
Mhm.
it's way different. Or cafes are big. Like we can't do that.
So,
it's a bummer.
If you could pick a band, like a dream band to open for, who would they be?
Oh wow! I was literally having a conversation about this. But
And I'll actually give you two. I'll give you a local band that you'd like to perform with, and then dream big star.
I already know mine. My local band would be Nailbite, for sure.
that's my
And-
local band too.
Like a professional band, like that huge, probably Korn, because I'm a huge Korn fan.
Oh, that would be so fun.
Oh my god! And Korn always puts on like crazy shows. I think
Insane.
for me, I mean, I was gonna say Nailbite for my local show too. I And I think for big band, honestly, I want to say Slipknot.
Ooh, that's a good one
Nice.
too.
Good one.
I love Slipknot.
I should have picked that over Korn.
Yeah, what the heck's wrong with you,
Well, you
bro?
got corn tattooed. on
Didn't they just lose a member and then
Yeah,
get a new
Yeah.
member
Yeah,
all in like the
lost,
same day?
they lost Craig, the guy with the pin.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so crazy to think about how many how much of an inspiration that band has been on me, and especially how many members they've lost. They're a band of 9 people. I cannot imagine being in a band of 9 people.
Fun fact,
No
I
side
saw
notes.
them back in the day with the Roots at the Electric Factory.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
It was amazing. Yeah, with Coal Chamber too.
I think I'd rather see them in that kind of venue.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of setting.
Oh, they were just crazy.
I bet.
And it's also, you know what? A story with them that I heard, actually, I kind of relate to. I mean, not in a sense, but like I would kind of do the same thing as they did. Because I heard, I was listening to Corey Taylor from Slipknot talking about how they were supposed to sign with Sony Records. And I guess he was talking about the guy from Sony shows up and is just like talking crap on the bands. And I think there was a memo that went out that basically said, if this is the future of music, I don't want to be alive. I think that's the guy from Sony. I think that's what he said about Slipknot.
That's a bold statement.
Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, my God.
That sucks.
And I guess when they went platinum with Roadrunner, they sent that same person a thing of like dead flowers or dead roses, basically saying, we are the future of music and we want you dead.
Screw you, yeah.
Why are you taking off my hat?
I want the bald exposed.
My friends had all got me into that like Masked Singer. They're like, oh, blah blah blah, and like I like trying to figure things out. So I kind of got sucked into the one episode. I thought the entire time that it was Corey. Like I definitely thought it ended up being Wayne Brady, but like
No way.
I definitely
Brady.
thought the whole time I was like,
Wait,
he's
what?
the only one that could do all that.
I
and,
didn't know
like,
he could sing like that.
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
What? Wait, I'm so confused.
Yeah, Corey Taylor, he can like do everything, and so can Wayne Brady.
Allegedly.
Yeah, I mean,
Apparently.
like he ended up winning Masked Singer, but the
Holy,
whole time I thought it was Corey.
Oh,
that's
man.
insane.
Corey Taylor is like one of my favorite vocalists in metal, just because of how diverse he is.
Oh, he's amazing, even in concert.
Yeah.
Just unbelievable.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different influences. The one thing I really like about Corey Taylor too is his stage presence. I get like,
Powerful.
oh yeah, very very
Yeah.
powerful and very very. He's very interactive with the crowd as well, from what I've seen. So I get a lot of that from just watching like him live with like either Slipknot or even Stone Sour sometimes.
There's a reason Slipknot has such a dedicated fan base, and he has such a dedicated fan base.
Because it's
think
not just a concert.
Yeah.
It's like a whole performance.
hmm
Like when you go there, like even the masks and they've got the like hair sweat, like they are amazing.
I would say like they tap into something, like feelings that like sometimes people are like, I can relate to this, and I didn't know that somebody could say it this way. I think that Slipknot and Stone Sour, they're good. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I could definitely see you guys playing at the MMRBQ.
Absolutely.
I just like to throw that out into the universe, and I'll continue to write Preston and Steve and the rest of them just to let them know that. But yes, I could definitely see you guys at the MMRBQ, like doing your thing.
I mean, that'd be great. At this point, we'll play anywhere, and we have played like anywhere we can. Played so many dive bars. I like playing dive bars. I
So
think-
what would you say is like one of your favorite, other than like your hometown bars, what would you say is one of the venues that like you didn't really know about that really surprised you as
Sweeney,
far as sound and like everything?
Sweeney's.
Sweeney's was the biggest one.
Sweeney's hands down, I think, has the best sound of any gig that we've played.
Yeah, it sounds really good there. See, I'd go the opposite way though. We played at Sportsman's Cafe in Allentown.
That's
Mhm.
You guys ever heard of it?
No.
It's like we ended up we Ubered there. We threw like Noah's like symbols and stuff in the back of some guy.
Yeah.
And
oh,
we
it was more than just symbols.
Yes.
It was literally the whole almost.
It was the whole kit.
Yeah.
The Uber was pissed
Yeah.
because we put guitars, basses, vocal
Just
stuff.
picturing
cymbals,
Stanford and
bands.
Sean with it like build up.
I told the
He
guy
was
like
not
we just
happy.
have a couple things to put in the trunk, and he was like, okay, yeah, and he put the back like the third row of seats down, and like we were like 20 minutes in, we're still loading the Uber, and he's giving us looks.
Mhm.
It was kind of awkward,
Yeah,
but
like, every time we brought out a piece of equipment, we would just like look at it. It was pretty bad. And then we asked him, like, we had to pull in. We had to pull in like through this really narrow alleyway,
Mhm.
right in the middle of Allentown, like pretty bad spot. And like he had to put his mirrors in to fit down the alleyway. We had to like squeeze out of the car.
Yeah,
And
I
unload
remember
it all.
that.
And then we're like, all right, we're here. And we're like, where is it? And then this garage door opens, and it's just like filled with weed smoke. Like it was just totally hot box in there.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And
The
then
second he opened that
Yeah.
garage door, it was literally just like,
all the other bands were sitting there. And then we're like, all right, I guess we go in through here. And we just walked through this garage. And then there was like an outdoor patio set of stairs. And then it walks right up onto the stage. It was like the weirdest setup. And it was like a small room. The room probably held like, I want to say like, what, 50 people?
if that.
if that, yeah.
Like we were moshing, and like everyone was falling through like merch tables and like
Oh wow.
holes in the wall.
Frosty.
Hitting against the wall,
There was a big Frosty the Snowman, like a plastic one.
and we
everyone
beat
was
it
just,
to
like, Everybody
shit.
was just like putting their hands through it and stuff, and getting all cut up and stuff.
I remember during one
It
of
was,
our
all
songs.
it was all deathcore bands besides us.
You need
Oh,
to
wow,
find
okay.
one for the Christmas in July.
It was.
What, a Frosty?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a big
How
snowman.
should that be?
We so should.
We should.
How funny would that be?
People might get stitches. dude.
You could do it like a pinata.
I don't know. Somebody body slammed it at the end. That's
Yeah.
what just like completely.
And
It was decimated.
like,
Yeah.
Your fans would have so much fun destroying that and have like a signed picture of the band or something.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be
We
really.
definitely
were
need to get
coming
our
up-
hands on a Frosty.
People were coming off stage and going into the mosh pit, but everyone was spilling their beers from getting like tossed around. That like this guitar player just like he came off
I
the
can't open
stage
it.
during a breakdown and he slipped and went like totally like parallel to the ground and then just landed right on his back, broke his guitar. It was crazy.
Have you guys ever got hurt while performing?
Noah does. Noah will hit his thumb or something when he goes to hit like a big snare shot. He'll split his thumb open and stuff like that.
Yeah. There was one time when
I've lost like fingernails from like playing guitar and like
Yeah.
playing fast stuff and getting like my fingernail will get caught under the string sometimes. But
Mhm.
if we're playing like a 4-hour show like we do for the cover gigs, it happens a lot and it just like weakens it. It's pretty gross.
So I gotta ask you guys about your social media. What is your favorite platform? Because we all have one.
Well, Noah runs the Facebook and I run the Instagram. I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook so much. Like even the display of it, I don't like.
he rants about it all the time,
Yeah.
and it's so funny.
I'm so much more for Instagram. We don't use Twitter. I personally have never used Twitter in my life.
Are
Don't.
you guys on TikTok?
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
I
are.
think Brandy runs a TikTok though. And
Randy is
I
Noah's
don't even have
girlfriend.
TikTok, so
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't even know what the display looks like.
I love Facebook.
I'll have to find one of your songs and duet you.
I do love Facebook.
Where are you going?
Facebook.
I had to go to the bathroom. I couldn't hold it anymore.
Honestly, I love Facebook because I love when like people go on rants.
I am deranged on Facebook. My Facebook meme posting is unhinged, unbridled. I need to be contained. I have my family on there, and I'm posting some really deep fried stuff. So
Yeah.
I've made it so that my Facebook is for like my family and like
mhm.
Yeah.
social, and then my Instagram is more for like my modeling and like
That's what mine is.
That's smart. That's smart.
yeah, because like I'm so random with my posts. Like I
Mhm.
didn't want to have like a picture of Jackson and then like a modeling picture. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna separate them so I don't have the problem.
My Instagram's like all modeling pictures, and then my Facebook is like my actual personality. So if you know me on Instagram, you're like, oh wow, that's beautiful photos. But if you're friends with me on Facebook, you're like, the content is horrible. Her personality weird.
Yeah, I pretty much go on Instagram just to look at like videos of dogs.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
same.
Like lately, I'm hooked on like Doberman. I want
Doobies,
a Doberman so bad.
they're adorable.
My dog that I have now is a German Shepherd Akita Pit Bull mix.
Protector.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
I had an Akita.
106 pounds.
that's so cool.
His name is Dobie though.
Doobie.
Yeah. So everyone that meets him, they're like, oh, Dobie the Doberman. I'm like, he's not a Doberman.
He's a lunatic.
He
This
is
is my
He's a
little
crazy
baby.
baby.
This is 6.
big.
I got mine probably waiting out the door. I mean,
Oh, that's really
door.
bad.
Yeah, 6 has got to be part of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2 cats.
I got
But
a Pomeranian mix.
I like
so
it.
you would say like Instagram and Facebook would be like the best ways to contact you guys?
Definitely. Yeah.
Best way to contact us, best way to see like where we're playing next.
Yeah.
And honestly, as we've kind of learned through time, that best way to get your name out there is just promote like absolutely crazy.
Yeah. It's kind of difficult because you don't want to clog your feet up too much.
Yeah.
With posting like it'd
Oh,
be
we're here for it. Post
Yeah.
away.
it's
Post away, guys.
see I care more about the aesthetic though, because like I said, like I run the Instagram, Noah runs the Facebook, but I feel that like if I posted like a post for every show we do, it would just look insane because there'd be so much posting and it would be crazy. But I usually like put it on the story if we're playing a show, and people find it and come out to the shows.
The story's great. Like the story's just the way to go sometimes. Like you don't feel like writing a
Yeah.
caption. You're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna throw it on my story and they can do what they want with it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like our personal accounts, we don't follow many people or anything, but we follow bands, so we can always see like what bands are playing and stuff. And, like,
What's going on around you?
yeah. I mean, typically we're playing the same nights, so kind of sucks.
Yeah,
There's a lot of bands that I want to go out to see. Like I was just talking to the guys from the Grimjacks last weekend, and I was like, man, you guys are gonna make a killing when you're able to play bars because they're still young. They're 17.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, aren't they still in high school?
They're so talented for their age though. and
Yeah, they're
they-
young.
They have a great support system. Like their dad is very hands-on, helps them out a lot. Stuff like that. That's very good for them.
Oh, they're really nice kids. Like
They're
they really are. And I
Awesome.
mean the musical talent. I mean, one of the brothers plays almost every instrument, doesn't he?
Yeah,
I believe so.
it's kind of weird because their drummer posts videos of him playing guitar,
I seen that.
and he's
Wow.
a decent guitar player.
Yeah,
and
I
I'm
seen
like,
that.
oh shit, I didn't know he played guitar.
He's an awesome drummer
Yeah,
though.
yeah, he's after Noah, he's my favorite drummer to watch. He has his like cymbals like so high up on the stands and stuff, and he's just like he's totally like Dave Grohl, just so into it, and
He's
so much
enjoying
energy.
himself when he's up there. It's great. It's so satisfying to watch.
Yeah, they're
I think he sings too, right?
I think he does.
Yeah. He does
Oh,
like
does
a
he?
little bit of backups.
Yeah, so they're like 3-piece harmonies and stuff.
So no, I have to ask you. My son just got an electric drum kit not too long ago. Any like YouTube things that I can look up or like tricks of the trade that I can pass along to him?
I would say rudiments. Look up the rudiments for drumming. I forget how many. There's a bunch, but if he can learn the basic rudiments, it'll help him along the way. Like when I first started drumming, my dad had got me a drum set, and then he gave me a computer pad and 2 drumsticks. And he said, we have to learn this first. Because, I mean, I was 5 when I started. My dad had got me that drum set, and we would yell at each other, and I'd cry, and I'd storm up the stairs. And it was ridiculous. But he taught me all the rudiments on the pad, the computer pad. And I still use them today.
Yeah, I was like really excited because I like at first Jackson wanted to play the piano, but like I don't know. I went through that with my cousin, so I was like, let's find something else. So then he said about drums, and everyone's like, do you know what you're signing up for? And I'm like, I'll take one for the team, but then we found the electric drum set that he can wear the headphones when he's doing it. So it works out perfectly, and I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, then you don't have to hear it either.
Yeah. That's your Noah's 3rd generation drummer.
Wow.
Really?
That's really cool.
Oh yeah.
Who'd your grandfather play for? He's like Air Force or something, right?
Yeah. The Air Force drum line.
Really?
The electric drum sets are nice because like they're not loud. Like I live in an apartment, so I have to play them here, and I have to have the electric drum set so that the neighbors won't, get upset with the drumming. My girlfriend doesn't get upset with the drumming, so it's nice for the other people in the home. But it's definitely great for practice and everything.
Now, where do you guys usually practice?
At Garrett's house.
Garrett's house. Garrett's house is where we keep all the instruments, all like the whole PA system, like where we meet up.
That's why we really have to have 3 practices a week, because Noah's not spending more time than that away from his actual drum set. Like apart from his electrics, he needs to play drums.
The electrics are nice, but the real drums are totally different.
Yeah.
Now, with your merch, can you only buy that at the shows, or can you buy that offline also?
You can only buy it at shows.
Okay.
We probably should have online merch, but I kind of like meeting the people you're selling it to, though, as well, because like it's cool to remember faces. I'm pretty good with that. When I meet someone at a show, like we had a guy come out last weekend, and he's like, hey, I've seen you guys at PC Pub before. Like, can I buy a shirt? And I was like, is your name Alec? And I'm like, you liked one of our posts, and I didn't know who you were. And I just knew. So I like meeting people.
Do you guys get recognized a lot when you're out and about? Because you guys play a lot of like the.
No.
There was one time when it was me and my cousin. We went to see Disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
And
where was that?
This was in Southside.
Oh, Music Fest.
Yeah. And I remember me and my cousin, we were just going to get beer, and this one dude, because my cousin was wearing a Strange Culture shirt, and I guess this guy, I think his name was Chris McKinley, or what was the wife's name?
No.
Was it?
No.
Yeah. They've been to shows before. They're really, really, really nice people.
They want you to handwrite lyrics for them and give them copies.
Wow.
Oh yeah,
I
do need to do that. But and I guess I like to call it that they saw me in a way, because they're at the same time, I could tell they enjoy the music as well, because they've
Yeah.
been to how many PC Pup shows,
Mhm.
and they're not just there. And that's what I like to say a lot about a lot of people that come to the shows. They're not just there because they know who we are personally. They actually enjoy the music.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all rock. Jesse, you should see it. They all have T-shirts, Strange Culture T-shirts. I like. It makes like the regular T-shirts look like nothing, because the women all have them cut up and
Yeah.
like done up. I mean, it's like they got them off of Etsy, and like they're all just like rocking these like really cool T-shirts.
My mom does the cut
Gotta
up.
see them.
They're
I definitely need to send mine because
yeah.
it's
Well-
just awesome.
My mom does fitness for a living. She teaches like Zumba classes and does
Okay.
like Pilates and stuff. She's been doing it since I was in her stomach. But she cuts up those shirts and like ties like weird knots and makes patterns out of them and stuff. She does it for like all her friends for like her like aerobic apparel.
That
and-
sounds super, super cool, dude.
They're unbelievable. She should
Yeah.
really start an Etsy store.
yeah. I mean, if you buy one, she'll cut it up. I mean,
Definitely.
She
Like
likes she's crafty like that. Like she writes in calligraphy too. She's like real fancy.
and it's fun because like I was talking to Paul's wife, and
Kim.
yeah, and she was saying, she's like, you know, I'm small, so a lot of these T-shirts they like don't fit me right. Like
Mhm.
so, and I have that problem too. So I mean, like I love the fact that she like customizes all of them.
She's
So
really
as far as like a future, where do you see the band in the next 5 years? Like, what are some of the things that you would like to accomplish, and where do you see yourself?
I want to experience tour life.
Yeah.
I want to experience what it's actually like on the road.
Yeah.
And that's something that we've heavily talked about numerous times before. Where we're
No,
like,
you're talking about roughing it out, like tour bus style, like everybody's in the tour bus, or hotels.
No. I want like a real band experience, like in like a van. You know, honestly,
it sounds
like,
terrible.
like make no money, be all greasy, and just like be in a van and just do that for a living. I feel like bands
Hey,
when
we're
they're
punk rock around here. Like we
I
get
mean
it.
bands, I feel like that's when they write their like best stuff, is when they're like really down to like the bare minimum. Like
Yeah.
I've seen that with so many bands, especially in like the hardcore scene. But
You all like looked at each other like differently when he said that. You guys could like meet in the middle and get one of those little pod things that like opens up into like one of those huge campers and like has all the space.
a lot of bands take tents on the road just so they don't have to sleep in the van that they're traveling in all day. Like it's really tough for bands nowadays. Like there's like no money in it. And
Like, would you like to play more festivals or more?
that would be great.
That'd be awesome.
Festivals would be key for us. I could see us doing a lot with festivals because we're so easy to work with and we're quick setup, breakdown time. That would really do good for us, and we could reach a lot more people. And we could reach more people personally because, I don't know, we're just like friendly people.
We try to be as understanding and as we try to have as much of a healthy work ethic with other bands that we have as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because we know the struggle. We know the struggle with scheduling and time and like making sure all the equipment is set up properly.
Yeah.
And so we get it. We've done our own shows before. Hell, our first show as a band where we literally set up our own stage with our own PA system and our own sound and everything.
Yeah.
And it was
Plywood.
so stressful.
Yeah, we just did cinder blocks and just made a stage. A couple times we've done that. But I don't know. I think it's fun.
It's fun to play live.
It's fun. Cover gigs aren't as much fun, but like at the same time, sometimes cover gigs, like the crowd is getting great energy. Like everyone was really drunk last weekend, so it was a lot of fun. But I don't know.
So, would Paul be coming on the road with you guys if you guys like go on tour? Because
If he
That is up to him.
if he
Yeah,
wants
yeah.
to fund it.
Paul and Kim have not missed one show except for
no, he told me he missed one. He's
Paul-
like, I've missed one show ever.
Paul missed one because he was in Canada, but Kim was still there. Like they are like the biggest fans.
They're
We love it,
Yeah,
but you know,
yeah, they love us.
I love that he like did that raffle for like new people coming out. I mean, the amount of support that you guys have, it's really great.
Yeah,
And I know that you guys give it as much as you receive it, but that's awesome. It really is.
it's really nice to like have people like that, and it is kind of like a family. You know, we see a lot of the same people at shows,
Oh yeah.
and we don't. Since we dedicate so much time to the band, and none of us went to college or anything, or like did anything.
I did.
Well, yeah, but we didn't. We didn't even know you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's very true.
Me, Mason, and Noah went to the same high school, elementary school, middle school, and high school. So,
You guys all grew up together.
yeah, and we have similar friends, but
Mm.
since we're so serious about music and have girlfriends and stuff, it's hard to make time for friends. So we're a pretty tight knit community, really.
Now, are both of your girlfriends like cool if tomorrow you got asked to go on the road?
probably not.
Yeah, I mean, of course you have to do whatever it takes. Any opportunity we can get, we'll take it, and it'd be nice for us to get out of construction because it sucks.
Oh, construction. Yeah,
Construction.
construction.
Yeah, yeah.
Now, are you all working construction right now?
I mean, all of our jobs are kind of different, but they're all
Yeah.
labor based.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Mace works at Walmart, but other than Mason, yeah, it's all like I did wastewater for a while, like right after high school, because I went to tech school in high school for plumbing,
Okay.
but I got into that, and yeah, now I work in a factory, but it's still assembly construction, so it's the same type of thing.
But at the same time, it's also kind of, in my eyes, it's good to have a job like that where it's kind of, there's a lot more hard times than good times. Like there have been times when I'm just like working and doing my thing and just like my brain just shuts off and I just think about a song that I'm gonna write.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
It's
really
cool. When you guys blow up, you'll be looking back on it like, yeah, I worked at this factory.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we actually, the people that really support what we do, they always say like we can really see this band taking off, and and honestly, we take that like thank you very much. Like we take that to heart all the time. And I've had a conversation with Garrett about this for how many times, like where we don't want to let what people say after shows get to our head. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, we're our own biggest critics. Like, no matter what compliments we get, it's kind of like we compare ourselves to bands that are just so much better to us that we're kind of always grounded. You know,
But that can also go really badly because there's a lot more times than there should be. There's a lot of times when it's just not good enough.
yeah.
We always look for that perfect
Yeah.
sound.
I mainly want to get out of construction just because it's such a pain to play shows all weekend and be up like unloading gear at 3 a.m.
It's a lot on your body.
Yeah,
And then to go do that.
30 on Monday is horrible.
Yeah.
So
So, in the next 5 years, you hope to be touring
yeah.
into the music. Is there like, are you trying to head out to the West Coast and then make your way like back over to the East Coast?
We never necessarily talked about a certain route that we would take.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to do like tri-state gigs because we only really play in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
But if we got offered a show in New Jersey right now, we'd take it, or New York, we'd take it. And we've had plans, we've had shows lined up to play in New York that I think there's been 3 in New York State that have fallen through. So, I mean, we're willing to travel, you know.
I know that Elena does some things. The Bitter End, and like I know there are some spots up that way.
It's fun to play live. It's literally like the bare minimum of it, but it's fun to play live. You know what I mean?
Especially when it's originals.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
like showing what we actually write ourselves and what we heavily invest our own person into.
Yeah,
Put
we
your
had,
time and energy into.
Yeah,
absolutely.
we had a paying gig that was going to pay us $800.
Mm.
And we turned it down because we got an offer to do an original gig with a couple other bands, and then it was an outside gig.
Yeah,
And
what's going on with that? Are they rescheduling? That was a skate park show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it got rained out.
yeah, but
I
like,
know.
the
And it
We're,
didn't
like,
rain that
already
day
down.
it didn't
anyway.
even rain. They canceled it. It was a Saturday show, and they canceled it on Wednesday because it looked like it was going to rain on Saturday.
I was so
And,
so
like,
mad.
we missed out on $800. And we're like,
Wow.
but yeah, I mean,
That's how much we love the original shows.
yeah, me and Noah coordinated well enough that we don't do vacations really because
Do you think that you're gonna do something else with the skate park?
I
Because
told
I
him-
was totally loving that whole idea.
yeah, and we've wanted
We would
to.
love to do that.
It's
Well, they are rescheduling it.
yeah, but I had to tell them like, hey, we're booked every date
Of June and
of
July.
June and July, so it would have to be in
And
August. But me and Noah
Is that what happened with the Death Wish Coffee Battle of the Bands? You guys,
Yeah.
Yeah,
We wanted to do that.
me
so
and
bad.
Noah, our vacation times like butt up to each other, so it's 2 weeks
Yeah.
in August that we can't do anything. But any other time we could do it, like first week of August or last week of August, we would have been fine. But yeah, I mean, we play a lot of shows, and if we have to just take 2 weeks off in August, it's okay.
any fun plans that you want to share?
My cousin's getting married in Colorado.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a big party.
It's
Awesome.
and you know what? I kind of want to bring my attention to stuff that even we all even hang out sometimes outside of band. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there are times when like I'll be like so mad at work and I'll just like meet up with Noah somewhere and just bitch about my workday. But the being comfortable and being just yourself in a group like this is very heartwarming as well, because there's a lot of bands out there where they literally just not only do they just see it as work, but they don't even like some of the band members
Yeah.
that they work with. Where we're a glorified friend group.
I
Like
couldn't imagine having a band with people that I don't particularly like.
hey,
it's got to be horrible.
It's as horrible as it is. It's a thing, and it's out there, and it's
Oh, I know it is. Like I've had.
exciting. So to know that I'm as close with these guys as
You're
As
still
I
the
can be.
whipping boy, though. You're always gonna be the whipping boy.
that is the bet. You could not have chosen a better time to say that.
You'll always be.
The whipping boy.
Yep.
So
But
as
it's only
far as
before-
your songs, like you're on what streaming outlets? Spotify,
Everything.
Apple.
We do everything through DistroKid, so we get on even like Middle Eastern music.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're all over. Like you can find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, weird places too. I think the only one, which is weird to me, that they don't.
Snapchat. Snapchat.
We can be.
Yeah, we
can be. We just never selected it.
Why didn't we select it?
You said not to.
I go through phases.
There's
of
no way.
Snapchat. I get Snap happy, and then I'm like, yeah, not so much.
We'll put music on Snapchat.
I'd be staying on Snapchat doing stupid stuff.
Yeah, I put animals and Noah drinking and falling over.
Yeah.
I don't go on Snapchat.
Sleeping on logs.
By the way, it's weird for us to call him Noah because we don't call him Noah. But you
Yeah.
Noah. Yeah, he's Pelly.
Pelly.
Really?
Short for Pelican. He's always been Pelican as long as I've
Show him the arm. Show him the arm.
Yeah, he's got a Pelican. In third grade, he would like get like these huge Walmart pajama pants, and he would pull them up over his shoulders, and he would run around, and he was like all legs and a head, and then he would say he's a pelican.
Sounds so cool.
He would flap his arms like this and say he's a pelican, and he would like.
I wish I was here for
He would
this.
make pelican noises at people in recess. He's always been a freak.
I love that he
No problem.
it's part of him. He's got the pelican, you
Yeah.
know.
You know
He's
what?
authentic.
I like to say this at shows. We're weird, but we're one.
Noah's the weirdest person, and he's the normalest person on camera. It's really
That's awesome, though.
Normalist?
normalist.
So before you go, do you want to say a few songs for viewers to look up?
The 4 songs that we have up on Apple Music and Spotify, they're called Cooperation, Suffering, Resistance, and Once Before.
Yeah, and if you don't like him, it's because you haven't heard him live.
Yeah, Suffering's my favorite.
Yeah. People are cool.
Just saying.
A couple of people said Suffering.
That's why we got to play it Saturday.
I like the second half of Suffering. The first half, I don't like as much. The
I
second
just
half-
love the interact. Like you guys just
Yeah.
really like that song. Just really hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to be very interactive with our music too.
Like formulated.
Absolutely. And hell, even when we're just like jamming out, because like I'll be coming back from warming up my voice and they'll be like jamming out in the basement. They come up with the craziest stuff when they're just jamming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's totally different than our original
Oh,
music.
100%.
It is.
It's like a whole different band.
It's like death metal.
Yeah, it's like death metal into like shoegaze style stuff. It's really weird.
But it will, like I said before, like a lot of our stuff, we like to really get creative with our sound. It's not just something you can just tap your foot to. It's
Mhm.
like we really try to make sure it's a little more interactive and a little more like a little more something to it than just like a typical song. And I remember me and Garrett had a conversation based off like the lyrical concepts that and how we differ from that. Like if you were to look at my lyrics versus his that are written down, they're really different.
Yeah.
Like, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just different tastes. Like I get really poetic with my lyrics, and he's very like I
It's
want to
like
say
I try to make it like you can't tell what the song's about.
Mm-hmm.
There's no lyrics, and then like once you like kind of like link it to something, you can kind of cultivate your own idea. I think there's more.
I like that because it gives people something to relate to.
My big
Absolutely.
problem is like I think like in the English language we only have so many words to describe different emotions, and when you listen to music, you'll say like, "Oh, this song sounds sad," but it's like, does it sound sad or does it sound like melancholy? Does it sound like something different? And
Yeah.
like languages like Mandarin, like they have so many more descriptive emotional words, and I think that's cool. I think there's more emotions than like words that we have to describe.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
agree. I heavily agree with that.
and with the knowledge and the creativity of those different sorts of ways of describing things and feeling things, it can go a long way.
Yeah.
But you need the knowledge and the creativity in order to do it correctly.
And more than one emotion to each song.
Absolutely. And it's, I don't know, it's like whenever I write specifically, it's just like, and anyone can take this, but when you're writing lyrics and you're thinking about that perfect sentence or that perfect word, you're going to be sitting there forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like there have been times when I like literally open up like this little book that I write in with all my lyrics and I'll just everything onto a piece of paper. He can laugh all he wants. It's true. I'll literally just write. I'll literally just like jot it down. and it just works. And then, like, it's less stressful. It's like literally anything that you can just put your mind to, you just write down. Because anything can be influenced, anything can be creative, anything. Anybody can say that a certain sound sounds sad, or it sounds like this emotion, or it sounds like that emotion. But you can kind of work that way with any sort of sound. You know what I mean? You can make something that sounds completely sad and make it sound, or make it about something completely different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have the creativity and the knowledge and the influence to back it up, you'll do great things.
Yeah, like a minor chord progression with like a more major set of lyrics would be cool.
Well,
Yeah.
I just absolutely love you guys. And honestly, we have to have you back.
Oh yeah,
Thank
that'd be
you.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Let us
And
drop
I'm
in.
looking so forward to you getting the mixing thing under control.
Yeah.
Resubmit to DW. And we're all there to vote for you. We love you.
Thank you.
Yeah, they're blowing it up. There was so many people in there, and you guys were on top of it. So we thank you.
And we definitely would love to have you back.
Thank you very
Like that
much.
too?
Yeah, this was really cool.
Yeah, and just real quick, just throw out the next 3 shows, just so it lingers in everybody's head.
This weekend is
Battle of the Bands.
at the Savior or Holy
And
Savior,
they're on the bottom. They're going along the bottom of the screen, too.
and
Nice.
then July 29th is Chris Smith in July. And then
Christmas,
August
Christmas.
27th is the Rusty Nail in
Yeah.
Admiral, PA.
And I heard that's a really fun place.
Yeah, that'll be our first time there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've
we've
talked
never-
about doing shows there before, but we've never
actually been there.
we've
Yeah.
been busy.
And to all our viewers, go on Strange Culture's social media, all of them. They don't mind. Like, share,
Come on.
Overwatch. Just show them love.
Amazing.
Thank you so much, guys, for
Thank
coming
you
on
so
tonight.
much.
Thank you very much.
And I will definitely see you soon. I will definitely be out to your shows.
We hope so.
Thank you.
Have a great night, guys.
Amazing.
They're so sweet. I just love them. I absolutely do.
Incredible.
So, viewers, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Like I said, go on Strange Culture, like, follow, share, go on A Pretty Little Podcast. Make sure that you subscribe and tune in next week.
We'll see ya.
Bye.